Thanks, Dodge!
So, Archer Season 3. I still say that the second season is still my favorite, but this is really close, like a matter of millimeters. This season really goes all over the place and gives each character a real opportunity to shine, or at least the ones that hadn't gotten one before. You got like Ray's arc where he fakes being handicapped, which sounds worse than it is.
And then I couldn't get a cab, so I just got back in the chair and...
Spent the last 6 months pretending to be handicapped.
Handy-capable.
Then you have him going back home to his country brother, played by Jack McBrayer. You know, Wander.
I came to help, you asshole!
Well, you ain't gonna be much help with your legs blown off.
But you know, it's always weird when you have this really... a voice actor known for being really wholesome, and he's saying all this like weird, like violent and perverted stuff.
And I would really like that open marriage to include Ray's new wife.
What?
Now, look, that's in the Bible.
Really?
Always fun. Cyril gets promoted to field agent, which, you know, and he actually proves himself to be like a really capable on-the-fly tactician.
So I thought, what would Lana do?
Not Archer?
No, I had to outsmart them.
Which is like how most spying is done, really. It's just people that can lie really sincerely. Mallory gets thrown into the middle of a high-stakes international murder mystery, and I'm not even going to dare spoil that episode because it's really just so good.
Don't go back there, Sterling!
I have a question, Mother. Why does this chair have no seat?
And yet I feel it really does explain so much about who she is as a person. It's weird that Lana doesn't really have anything to do this season. She's kind of more or less a support character on the same level as Cheryl or Krieger. But that's okay, because they all pretty much have their moments that really steal the show.
Oh, and your sauce needs less salt.
How can you...
Put 2 halves of a potato in with the sauce. It'll absorb the salt.
I guess she kind of has to deal with the fact that she can't really function in space.
Yeah.
What is going on with you?
Do not like...
What are you, crazy? What's not to... Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a space adventure in this season, with Bryan Cranston guest starring as a Mars-crazed astronaut.
Sorry? You're sorry? You just single-handedly doomed mankind!
Before I go any further, I guess I should point out that this season is like really guest star the series. They got everybody. They got David Cross.
Hi, I'm Noah.
What are you, the first mate, or...?
Okay. Oh, well, thanks. No, I'm a Bajak Budak.
Okay.
It's sort of a... I guess the nearest translation is slave pirate.
They got Patrick Warburton.
I'm setting the autopilot, but this better not be a ruse.
A ruse? Bring, bring. Hello? Hi, it's the 1930s. Can we have our words and clothes and shitty airplane back?
Let's go, kid.
Call you back, 1930s. And hey, watch out for that Adolf Hitler. He's a bad egg.
They got Joaquim de Almeida, who just really nails it because he is an actual Central American actor.
Calzado, you've got yourself a deal.
Excellent. But of course, I was joking.
But-
Obviously, I cannot allow you to live.
No, yes you can.
Or choose not to. Whatever.
On that note, they got the Trailer Park Boys to play a bunch of Canadian terrorists, which, you know, tracks.
You don't look like much of a terrorist.
That's because I'm a freedom fighter for a free and sovereign Nova Scotia.
Is that why you blew up a donut shop?
They, of course, got George Takei.
Why do you think they call me Shiro Kabocha?
Yeah, what does that mean anyway?
The White Shadow.
No, it doesn't. It means white pumpkin.
What? Oh.
There was sort of a weird arc with Burt Reynolds playing himself.
Bert? Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Remember how I said I kinda have a date? Oh. It's kinda with your mom.
It was meant to explore what would happen if Archer's childhood hero started dating his mom and, you know, all the complexity there within. There's actually a really sweet moment where Archer and Burt have, like, this father-son moment, and it is, like, surprisingly sincere.
That was actually pretty sweet.
Oh, looks like we're in danger of a frown turning upside down.
Then after that, it's implied that Mallory and him kept dating after a while, but that Bert wanted to keep it on the down low.
Me, who happens to be in a relationship with Burt Reynolds, in case you've forgotten.
I actually did forget that.
Yeah, I never see you together. Are you, like, dating, or...? It's complicated.
It was just really weird that after all that time, like, literally gushing over Burt Reynolds, like, literally...
Deliverance, Gator, and this is him in Cosmo. How totally hot is he?
that he actually comes off as kind of a jerk in the end.
We go out, you know, he's just mobbed, so...
So it's a DVD, a box of wine, some Hot Pockets, and off to bed.
No! Well, it's not a box of wine.
Let's talk about the structure of the season. First off, I like how they made Archer react to the Season 2 finale, setting up what is basically like a little movie with him dicking around with a bunch of pirates. Turns out the best place to go to when you've gone too far is to go a little bit further before heading back to the status quo. But remember the thing I said about humanizing Archer from like the previous 2 seasons? Well, there's a nice little part where Archer reminisces about all his, you know, quote-unquote friends.
Cyril always handled all that stuff. Payroll, budgets. He's a genius at that crap. And dealing with disgruntled employees, Pam's great at that. I think it's because she's such a good listener.
I mean, it's meant to refresh the audience to all of the characters, which I think this might be the last season they feel that they need to do that. But again, it's just a nice touch to show that he, you know, still thinks about, you know, the people he left behind. And that is sort of bookended at the end of the season when Cyborg Barry shows up and tries to goad Archer into a fight. But then, you know, Archer sets aside his pride and you know, backs down because he has nothing to gain except endangering his family. Which is, you know, shows a lot of character growth for Archer. I think it's sort of immediately undone in the next season. I like how they set up Barry as this huge threat, with him being the new head of the KGB and also just like an invincible cyborg, but then completely neuter him by then having him just like stranded in a space station.
Am I gonna get home?
I didn't care for the whole return of Coctive Arch.
Katya, on the flourish is when...
Sorry, Doctor.
Like I said, I thought her and Archer were the weakest part of Season 2, mainly because I didn't like how they just fell in love at the drop of a hat. But I guess it provided closure for Archer, you know, having her fall out of love with him just as fast.
Ooh, yeah!
And also, it, you know, it sets up a wedge between Archer and the real star of Season 3.
Couple skate?
This is Pam's big breakout season, where she starts to become the full-blown badass hedonist we all know and love. She races cars, she gets into underground boxing fights, she's a graffiti artist.
And why does it always reek of paint?
But things really come to a head when Archer gets blackout drunk and ends up sleeping with Pam.
Were you? Did we?
Yeah, we did, and you loved it.
Now, this is not new. By this point in the series, I think Pam has slept with Cyril, Lana, and has had a 3-way with Mallory.
Those damn green Russians.
Yeah, they pack a wallop.
What makes it interesting is that Archer says it's the best that he's ever had, and he wants to continue having relations with her as the series goes on.
How you gonna keep 'em down on the farm after they seen Pammy?
Yeah. How you gonna, I mean, my God.
And why shouldn't he? Pam is freaking awesome. But the thing is that Archer doesn't want anyone to know, which is really, really shitty. Like, I always kind of shipped Archer with Pam over Lana. Because as much as I like the snippy back and forth ships, I like couples who are actually friends. And Pam and Archer actually do like hanging out with each other.
After you blew me off for Katya, the big-titted cyborg. Little Miss,
R2-double-D2?
Nice.
But there's never a point where Archer goes, me and Pam are together. I don't know if it's love, but we have a lot of fun together. Nope, he just doesn't have the balls to do it. So I haven't watched the last, 5 seasons, but just rewatching this, I've gone from, why aren't they together, to, Pam is actually way too good for Archer. No, she's like, hey, be better at sex, jerk.
Now, having said that, would you please come in this dirty toilet stall and have sex with me?
Oh, all right. But this time, get in there. All you've been doing is giving one side hell.